Hey everyone, it's Roland Kym here. I want to talk to you today about teams, being on a team, starting a team, or a partnership. In the past 15 years, well over 15 years now, I've been a realtor. Over the past 8.5 years, I have co-founded and run the Keller Williams Van Central office in Vancouver. And I have seen lots and lots of teams start and fall apart. Team members join teams, team members leave teams, team leads leave, and partnerships grow and part ways as well. All in all, I believe that there's great opportunities for it being a team leader or joining a team or creating a partnership. But as so many things in today's society and today's world, it seems to be rushed and it's often built on failure, or it's built on a false foundation and leads to failure. Now let's roll back a little bit. If I think back to when I first started in real estate in 2009, there must have been teams around, but I just didn't realize it. I didn't know it. And in many ways, I'm glad I didn't, because I did it on my own, and within a few years was well above 80 transactions a year, and had my own admin, and still didn't think of having a team at that point. But I certainly feel like I learned the industry, became, a seasoned professional and recognized as a top performer. And since then, teams become much more prolific, and I would also say problematic. One of the biggest differential and reasons why people sometimes join teams in the past was because if you were a team lead, you often had the ability to come up with leads because you're investing a lot into that. And up until about 2020, it was very expensive for individual agents to create their own online leads, and that has dramatically changed. I'd say right now in the landscape, it's nearly as simple for an individual realtor to generate, online leads as it is for a team lead to get leads for them. And so let's bring it back a couple steps on why someone would join a team or someone would make a team. And then we can talk a little bit more about why they're successful and why some of them are failing. In the most classic situation, in the most win-win situation, a team gets formed because there should be a successful team leader that is proven in the industry, that has more than 5 or 10 years experience, has gone through different market cycles, and feels that they have too many leads, too much resources and systems and templates and admin support to use themselves. And so they are, having a bustling, successful business, but feel that they have a lot more resources available than what they can consume themselves. And they are a good coach. That has to be the fundamental of why someone would want to start a team. And they figure, well, let me find some team members. I can give them some leads. I can give them coaching, mentorship, give them my systems and admin, and help them do more business that they otherwise wouldn't have had, and help me secure, leads that I'm losing right now that I otherwise wouldn't be closing. And so in that essence, that's how a team should get formed. And that's a win-win situation. Team members joining teams should be where they feel that team member that they've met with, that they've interviewed, is offering them such a great value proposition beyond just leads, that they can learn from, that they can mentor from, that they, the systems and success and brand recognition that they can lead into, that is worth it for them to pay a split. And often, traditionally in the past, the classic split was kind of 50-50 between a team lead and the team member who did the business. And I'd say recently what I'm noticing as a founding member of our brokerage is a lot of team members are considering joining a team, or a lot of realtors are considering joining teams when they're brand new out of fear and desperation versus the right reasons, versus saying, hey, I'm going to join this team because the mentorship and the guidance, and again, all the things I talked about, is going to save me time and is going to let me grow 30-40% more a year than I could on my own. And I'm willing to pay for it. And so what I'm finding right now is that a lot of team quote unquote leads, people starting teams, are, in my opinion, barely successful realtors, or unqualified to be team leads. And they're doing it really out of, the wrong intentions, the intention that they're missing out on business, and let me just go and steer that business towards some other realtors and call it a team, and I can make money off those people, versus, am I a good leader? Are my systems, technology, admin, and culture so valuable and so powerful? Is my industry reputation so great that I can, offer that to people around me and help move them forward? And then the flip side as well on team members, don't be joining a team because you're operating out of fear or desperation. I have not seen teams succeed where the team lead is not a great realtor and a great leader. And I have not seen team members survive and last on teams in a win-win relationship if they're doing it for the wrong intentions. Like anything, if you're doing it out of desperation or out of the wrong intentions, it is a failure. And in many ways, I don't know if starting a team is as relevant now as it used to be, because systems, leads, technology, all the mechanisms that used to cost a lot of money to develop or have are now easily available to an independent realtor. And I'd say way too many realtors, are getting to 20 transactions and then they start thinking about, should I start a team? I can tell you from lots of experience of observing the industry leaders around me that a good realtor should be able to transact 30, 40, 50 transactions up to 80, 90 on their own with a great admin that you pay a salary to. So there really should not be this big rush for the industry to create more teams or realtors joining teams, unless again the intentions and the value proposition is there and it's a win-win. Let's quickly talk about partnerships. Partnerships are very hard to do. In my observations over the past 15 plus years, it is very hard to get two people that are willing to work together, that are going the same direction. Now, often what I find is, a seasoned realtor is partnering up with a young realtor. The young realtor sees it as a great opportunity to get business that the seasoned realtor might not be capitalizing on or is no longer wanting to work. And the seasoned realtor sees it as a great way of the new realtor teaching them, and together they can close more business with less time. However, most people, don't talk about the parameters, don't talk about the expectations and the roles and the costs and the splitting of revenues. And so quite quickly, partnerships seem to disintegrate because most of the effort is not placed in on the foundation, building a solid foundation with clear expectations and boundaries. Often, another way that teams fail is two realtors that are on the same, quote unquote, volume of business are joining, and they think, hey, we're together, we'll get each other covered. We're both, running businesses where we both do about 20 transactions a year, and we'll get some savings of admin, and we'll be able to, give each other some time off. In my experience, it's very rare where you have two realtors that are going in the same direction and that are going to be growing together. Quite often I see two realtors that are both doing 20 deals in the past year. One is moving up with the intention of doing a lot more transactions, and one is moving down with not going to be doing more transactions. And so quite quickly, the disconnect that never was clarified or structured becomes very apparent, and those partnerships collapse. I think teams and partnerships are amazing when they work well. And once in a while, like I have an amazing partnership with my real estate partner, Connie Buna, but neither of us ever wanted a partnership or a team. It kind of organically came about through a lot of helping each other for the right reasons, and growing on business opportunities together while independently still being committed to everyone had to go out there and run their own business and quote unquote, farm their own farm, hunt their own hunt, and provide for themselves. And so the partnership and the team that I have, I would say, came about very organically and was not created. And so it seems to really work, but I wouldn't say that that's a recipe that is scalable or repeatable. And in my 15 plus years, I've seen way more teams fall apart, way more partnerships fall apart than, last 4 years, 3 years. And I would leave this message now that if you're a realtor, and be it another profession, thinking of creating a team or joining a team, really ask yourself, what are you getting from it, or what are you going to invest into it? And are you willing to take on, that extra work, willing to take on that extra cost if you're a team member? And are you, clearly understanding what the boundaries of each other are? Because if I was to sum it up in a short paragraph, I would say most partnerships and teams fail because they fail to plan a foundation. They fail to plan the boundaries that they're going to play with, almost like a board game. If you don't know the rules, you don't know how to win, you don't know how to finish the game, how can it ever be successful? And so if you're out there, ask yourself that, because I think most realtors never need to join a team or be a team member, and they could have an even better world just by focusing on the fundamentals, growing their business a little bit better each year, and getting themselves a coach if that would be what's going to help them. Thank you.